Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Queen's Wish 2. We are in our latest fort, the second fort in the Dhaga, actually, whose name I never quite got. Esker Keep. Okay, no, we did get that. It's just kind of the first one that's not just named after something. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're all named after something, but you know. It's just a name, basically, as opposed to actually meaning something like, you know, precipice and grove and meadow and, well, hailstone. So, Esker Keep, right. We did do quite a bit of rebuilding, you know, or building up here. And, well, we technically have access to a bunch of upgrades, which we direly need, as we learned, because we really, well, ran into some actual roadblock for the first time in this game, in the reconquering of Malachite Keep, which we have, you know, succeeded about halfway, but the real challenge is still waiting for us, and yeah, those enemies are just a little bit too tough for us to comfortably deal with, or deal with at all. They are all one level higher than us, and I would really like to, well, I think I will need to actually do some side quests, and I'm gonna start with reconquering these three areas in the, you know, southern section of the Low Dhaga. Let's see, well, we should definitely get at least one level out of that, ideally two, and in addition to definitely making us stronger and giving us some much needed money, which we need to actually purchase these recently unlocked equipment upgrades. In addition to that, we should hopefully learn some more about, you know, gain some better understanding of how enemy level scaling works. I mean, right now, enemies in Malachite Keep are one level higher than us. I'm expecting that they will not always be one level higher, no matter what. We have seen cases in the first area of the game where enemies were one level lower than us and they kept leveling up, but only, you know, they always stayed one level below. So maybe that's generally how it's going to be. And, you know, some enemies have a minimum level, basically. So if you go there too early, they will be too tough for you to defeat, probably, or to defeat, you know, to be able to beat the entire area. But they will not start leveling up until you've actually surpassed them by possibly one level. Maybe at some point we're gonna be allowed to gain a little bit more on them. Maybe every enemy in the game has like a level range, a minimum level that they're always gonna be, and a maximum level up to which they're gonna level, so that you can actually eventually outlevel certain enemies. That would be a pretty kind of smart thing to do it, I suppose, where there's an expected level range within which these enemies are gonna pose, you know, a certain expected challenge. But if for some reason you know, come there much later, you can actually just steamroll them. And if you try to do things way too early, they are gonna be significantly, possibly too tough, but definitely a significant challenge. Well, we'll see. Again, we're going to learn more about how that works, and hopefully we're going to learn that these enemies are, at the very least, not always going to be one level above, which would be tough, considering this is a, you know, kind of a thing that you have to deal with relatively early on. I mean, sure, I could be doing all the first sections of the three provinces, I suppose, and become quite a bit tougher, quite a bit stronger that way, but yeah, I'd like to make some progress here, as I've talked about in the past. Anyway, Esker Keep. You enter the main hall of Esker Keep. Surprisingly, the soldiers here made sure that it is properly equipped. Everything is clean and in good repair. There are lots of supplies. In particular, there are lots of weaponry and armor. Far more than you have seen in other forts of the row. Well, we were told specifically that there was... Which one was it? Was it the one in the Kranus Woods that was particularly well equipped, that had a lot of weapons, or was it the one in the Lower Dhaga, actually, where it was specifically pointed out that, you know, they seem to have a very well stocked armory? Well, I suppose it's even more true for this one then. Far more than you have seen in other forts. They're all cleaned and oiled. Much of it is new. An expensive armory ready to outfit a considerable force. The soldiers salute you as they pass. They say that the commanders are in the northern offices. Commanders. Okay. Surely they also have a chief here. And a mirror, of course, it's waiting for me. There's the chief. I guess maybe the chief is one of the commanders, and then there's also the military commander, the captain. Okay, I see. Do we have any books to read? And should I start with the mirror, maybe? I guess it would maybe make sense to talk to people here first. I mean, not that it really matters, of course. Let's talk to the chief, I guess. Unlike the tiny halls outside the doors, this office is full of dust and clutter. You have to choke back a sneeze. It doesn't look like the soldiers came back here very often. Come back here. A hunched-over man with grey hair sits at the desk, shuffling back and forth through a thick pile of paper. He looks up at you, slowly rises, and lets out a little cough. My prince, Esker Keep is so honored to meet you. I am Chief Zerzo, I guess. I know that you are in the Low Dhaga. I know why you are in the Low Dhaga, and all of our resources are at your disposal. He slumps back into his chair. Okay. I need to report about the current situation. Yes. Of course. Our fort is stable, secure, and in good defensive position. In a good defensive position. Yeah, I suppose it's up against the mountainside, so that's pretty defensible. But also besiegeable, I suppose. There is still a raider presence in the Low Dhaga, but it is a local disturbance of low importance. All is well. Really? Okay. Tell me about this fort. Esker Keep is Haven's only outpost in the northern Low Dhaga, serving all of this region, including the city of Atsay. It has been proved to be entirely adequate for our needs. Getting the impression that this guy is very much in line with Governor Otto. Don't we have an outpost in Atsay? This was deemed an unnecessary expense. Anyone with business with Haven can easily travel here. Actually, everything in this fort is run down. Well, everything outside and in this office. Serzo lets out a little cough. This fort's budget and capabilities are entirely in line with what is required of it. The Low Dhaga has the standard row chaos, but there is no sign that they can threaten Haven's presence. Tell me about the raiders in the Low Dhaga. Normally, they would not be significant. I understand that Rasa Lawita petitioned you to fight them. Such insolence. If you want to know where to hunt, the Master of Atsay can help you. What is the status of the Rokaj as a whole? Please don't be disturbed by the attacks and other distractions. The Rokaj is normal. For the Rokaj. Normal for the Rokaj. All is well. I have carefully followed by Governor Otto's principles. Yeah, I noticed. What are Governor Otto's principles, and why are you following them? The Rokaj is a precious vessel, but it is unstable. There is always a chance that it can rise up against us. Therefore, it is best to treat it with respect and neglect. What? Treat it with neglect. Yeah, that sounds even worse than Otto's own words. We collect our taxes, help when they ask, and otherwise leave them alone. This has left the Low Dhaga at a normal and tolerable level of disruption. Okay. Not going to comment on that, I suppose. I'm here to judge Governor Otto and kick him out as quick as I can. Now Chief Serzo looks nervous. I'm aware of that. Of course, I completely support our governor. Oh, well, you maybe shouldn't have said that, although it's already too late, of course. His principles have brought Haven peace and a constant flow of tribute. I am considering replacing him. That is your right, but you will have a hard time replacing him. I am too close to retirement. You will find a lack of ambitious, talented young Havenites here. The Low Dhaga is not a prime destination for the ambitious. Okay. Sure, I mean, I don't know why you mentioned yourself and your age, because I definitely was not considering you as a successor. That's for sure. Because that obviously would not change a thing. In fact, it seems like it would, if anything, make it worse. I really wouldn't like to know more about him, but just on the off chance that he actually has a quest for me. I am a full citizen of Haven, though I was born in the Cayman, wherever that may be. I served the Empire from a young age and have had a long career. Now I will end my career and retire after a blemish-free time watching over the Low Dhaga. Tell me about the Cayman? It is the next vessel over to the west. Ah, okay, that name is actually on the map. I thought I had seen it before, or heard it before. Yeah, past about 100-mile stretch of wilderness. We generate less wealth for Haven than the Rokaj, but we also cause far fewer headaches. What qualities caused Governor Otto to select you? I am patient. I have a strong reputation for passiveness. A strong reputation for passiveness. Wow, congrats. I'm always looking for an excuse to not act. What? Why? How? I mean, this is just... He's just... basically being a parody of himself. I mean, no one would just seriously say that kind of thing. Especially not someone, you know, who's supposed to be such a boring person. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but obviously he's not joking. He's not supposed to be joking. So it's just weird. You can almost see dust settling on him as he speaks. Yeah. Thanks, game. Okay. And that is a good quality? In the Rokaj, yes. Anything we do can anger these touchy folk. It is always best to leave them alone as much as possible. That is why things are so peaceful now. You think the Rokaj is peaceful? Well, I know there have been some assassinations, true, but you were never in real danger. I beg to differ. And the villains are on the way to being punished. Standard business in the Rokaj. Some will try to trick you into seeing rebellions and grand conspiracies around every corner. Don't let yourself be fooled. Yeah, I'm not planning to let myself be fooled. Thank you. Ugh, wow, these people. I need resources. Then it is good fortune for us both that you are here. Much of our stone comes from a haven claim, the Stinging Oasis. That sounds awful. Full of scorpions, no doubt. The women there work very hard to make properly dressed stone for us. However, recently they stopped sending stone, and I haven't had the soldiers to spare to send an expedition. Also, I must be careful. The Oasis angers the Low Dhagans, of course. It's interesting that he mentions specifically women working in a quarry, which is certainly not what you would expect normally, and I'm surprised I can't ask about that. Where's the Oasis? It's not far to the southeast. If you explore in that direction, travel with care. There are more raiders than usual that way. That is why I avoid sending soldiers there. Why hasn't the Oasis been sending stone? We have had no messages. However, it is not an unusual event. The works there have frequent disruptions. Some of the locals are very angry about the place. Why does the Oasis anger the Dhagans? It is a refuge. You see, the Low Dhagans tend to keep an unusual level of control over the women. Not all of the ladies here care for this. Thus, Haven declared the Stinging Oasis a refuge. All women can flee there for a time, and we protect them. Okay, they can flee there and then work the quarry, which, you know, sounds pretty awful. In return, while they are there, they can put that admirable Dhagan skill at stonework at our disposal. That is how they pay their rent. Okay. Why is this refuge necessary? Though Low Dhaga can be a very hard place for a woman with a strong spirit. Some women here flee to other provinces to build new lives. Others want to remain in this land for their own reasons. They can hide at the Oasis. Did you create this refuge? No, it predates Governor Otto's rule. Okay, that makes sense. Because it certainly doesn't seem like he would, you know, create something so thoughtful and helpful. The Oasis is exactly the sort of provocation our wise governor tries to avoid. Right. Okay, well, thanks for telling me about it, I suppose. And it is indeed down there. Right. Okay, moving on. Hopefully this Captain Azucena is a little bit less obnoxious. There is a captain of the Haven Army waiting for you in the center of this office. The chamber itself is sparse. Most of the maps and equipment are in other rooms, except for a thick binder of maps on her desk. This is a quiet, calm room where she can meet and plan. She stands up straight and gives you a salute. You note that her robes are clean and pressed, with her captain's insignia on the shoulders. She says, "Welcome to Esker Keep, Prince. I'm Captain Azucena." I guess I just can't make up my mind how to pronounce that weird name. It's fine, though. I'm honored by your visit, and eager to tell you what we have been doing here. Okay. So you certainly seem a lot more energetic and, I don't know, eager than your colleague here. You have a lot of maps on your desk. She nods. The row has very complicated topography. Many maps are required for operations. You have probably guessed from what you saw in the entry hall. We've been doing a lot of work here. Yeah, surprisingly. I mean, who's been ordering that? Certainly neither Otto nor the chief. We need to act up here, away from the governor's gaze. Yeah. What can you tell me about this region? As you have seen, the Low Dhaga is full of raiders. Whatever you might have heard, this is no ordinary force. They are numerous and organized. Of course, if ordered, I could give opinions about Governor Otto. Oh, please do, although... It's hardly going to change my mind. You're avoiding the governor's gaze? She decides to pretend that she misspoke. I'm sorry, I would never try to disobey my governor. I mean, I was trying to improve Haven's position without causing the governor difficulties or worry. A very high quality and productive lie. It is also easier to speak with the row up here. Farther upward, they are more likely to be frank. You have contacts with the local row? I've been building a network, figuring out what clans properly value Haven and which ones foolishly want to expel us. If the seas get choppy, we will need lists of the loyal. Yeah, makes sense. If you're trying to jump the chain of command, don't. No, please do. You may speak freely, of course. Come on. Governor Otto is passive. In some vessels, this works. Here, the row respect decisiveness and courage. They will push us constantly. Sometimes we need to push back, or they will think us weak, removable. Alas, I think it is too late to correct our mistakes. We must be prepared for whatever the Rokaj is planning. I am here to judge Governor Otto. All are aware of that. It may be time. However, to replace him, you need a superior candidate to replace him. Someone of higher status than me, competent, brave, and ambitious. Nobody like that has come here from Haven in a long, long time. Well, I mean, I'm willing to see what options the game actually presents me with if I persist. But, well, it sounds like it's going to be a problem. We'll see, though. We'll deal with that when the time finally comes. Tell me about the raiders. You have seen yourself how numerous they are, how brave and determined. There are lots of them. They are persistent and willing to die. Most importantly, they don't seem interested in wealth. They are a problem. I thought I could do something to solve it. You asked to be transferred here? I made the request of General Angak back in Lascara. He agreed, and he gave me a great deal of resources and freedom. I came here. This seems the place where will and steel can do the most good. I met raiders in the Gentle Coast, as you're certainly aware. Yes, and they tried to kill you. A serious attempt on the life of Sutter and you, deep in supposedly peaceful territory. It should have gotten much more attention than it did. Ever heard of someone called the Wolf? Finally we get a chance to mention that. She thinks about this. No. Then again, while we have fought brigands, we have never managed to capture... While we have fought brigands, we never managed to capture any. They are also good at not leaving written records. Where are the raiders hiding? They seem to be most numerous in and around Ouachita Mountain to the north. They also constantly occupy and then flee the ruins of Fort Cariaris to the south. What is Ouachita Mountain? One of the larger mountains of the region. It is shot through with many mining tunnels, an excellent place for brigands to hide. Anyone following them into the tunnels is likely to die from any of 1,000 sorts of ambush. Great. Sounds like I'm gonna be having a great time up there. Why haven't they been destroyed? They move around quickly, they hide in tunnels, and they are clever. When we chase them into the mine shafts, we might kill a few, true. Then they spring their traps, bury our warriors, and flee. Actually, defeating them will require both strength and cunning. Skilled hunters in small groups. Hint, hint. Okay. I can see why Rasa Lawita gave you the petition. Right. But what about the other place? Or maybe we'll actually have to clear both? Wait. Oh, I thought the second question was about Fort Cariaris. I guess I only saw the first one and just assumed the second was going to be about that. Yeah, okay. Never mind then. I have come to fight the raiders, as you know. I'm pleased. I will be careful to not interfere with your efforts. Oh, thanks. You might even try to help, maybe. That would be even better. There is much to be done. There is a small offshoot band of brigands I have been hunting. I thought you would be interested. Go on. Many of my soldiers are new and unpracticed. They are Havenites, but green. I have had them raid the Larocon ruins. There are plenty of raiders hiding there. However, our soft targets have been reinforced. I could use more help rooting them out of their ruin. There would be value in controlling that location. Okay. Where are the Larocon ruins? To the northwest, at the base of the mountains, separating us from the Hyletha. It's an old ruin, one of the many fortresses shattered during the Great Uprising. What would you have done with these brigands if you defeated them? I'd have taken them to the prisons in Etsy. Master Orichalcum and I would have questioned them together. Then, execution. They tried to kill a prince. The time for Governor Otto's softness and indecision has passed. Right, we do agree on that. Okay. So, Larragon Ruins, right. Alright, I think that was all, right? Just making absolutely sure. I mean, she told us about the mountain, but I guess that pertains to our main quest, for which, in order to advance that, we have to first fully conquer Malachi Tower, I guess. There is an upstairs here, so we'll see if there's anyone important here. Yes, apparently. Hello. Philome. There is a young Dhagan woman sitting nervously in this library. It is an unusual sight. You only rarely see Dhagan women. They tend to be kept hidden in their clan houses. When you approach, she rises and bows. Then, unsure if that is the right gesture, she curtsies. Then she bows again. Then one more time for safety. Okay, can we please just tell her to stop? Then she wrings her hands and stammers, "Hello, Prince of the Rokaj." Prince of the Rokaj? And Haven. Cousin. I'm Philome. Cousin? Okay, maybe an actual relative this time? Or, you know, less than 15 times removed? What brings you to Esker Keep, Philome? I came to make a petition. To ask for help, cousin. You called me cousin, repeatedly. You are Ro, yes? Your father came from the Low Dhaga. Then you are part of us. But I'm sorry for being so familiar. I came to ask for help, but I shouldn't bother you. No, you absolutely should. That is what brought you to see me? Do you think we are related? What do you know of my father? I mean, I kind of would like to ask all of these things. And do you actually think we are related? Like, closely? Oh, no, we both spring from the soil of the Low Dhaga, but we are not closely related, I think. Sometimes it gets very hard to tell. What do you know of my father? Everyone in the Low Dhaga knows the name of Consort Darmal. He made the Rokaj the prize of Haven for a time. Then he died. His clan was powerful once. Okay, do you know anything about my clan? Only that they thought it wise to settle new land when your father died. They went into the wilds to the east with permission to start a new province for the Ro. I don't know what happened to them. Okay. I doubt we're actually going to visit there, but then again, who knows? Would be cool, of course. Like a surprise additional province toward the end of the game, where we actually maybe meet our father? I mean, who knows? If he actually is the wolf, I mean, I'm really not sure. Would that make sense that our own father would be hunting us? I mean, I guess it could. It could make sense in some kind of way. But we'll see. Right, so why do you need Haven's help? Help. She starts to talk, but then she chokes a bit. She wasn't prepared to speak. You give her time to regain her composure. I have fled my clan. Life for women in the Low Dhaga it can be hard. I've come here to make a petition. Okay, looking for sanctuary? Now, what would your life be if you returned home? They've planned a marriage for me, a life in hiding. Many of my sisters and cousins, my cousins by blood, they are happy with their fate. I do not want to be bound to this man, so I fled. Can Haven change a lot of women in the Low Dhaga? I mean, in the long term, hopefully. The question surprises her. Yeah, me too, honestly. I mean, that seems a little bit... It's beside the immediate point here, but okay. She gives it a long thought. Then she shakes her head. No, the Rokaj are independent and stubborn. I can't afford foolish dreams. I know that if Haven tried to force us to change, it could only cause more rebellion than you are getting. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So what is your petition, specifically? I wish to leave the Low Dhaga. I want to serve Haven, somewhere else. I'm asking for a position in one of your forts. I can cook, clean, repair. I learn fast. I'm literate. Well, okay, I mean, that sounds pretty good. She sets on the table an unsigned order and pouch. If you sign this, it says I'm worthy to work in one of your forts. The pouch contains a precious gift. I mean, honestly, okay, let's see. If I get the option to just turn down the gift, even though I really do need the money, I kind of would like to just help her for the sake of helping her, if that's an option. We'll see. A precious gift? When I left my clan, I took payment for all the work I've done. It is full of valuable crystals. I brought it to show my respect and get consideration. Sometimes Dhagans get angry when you help us women. We are grateful for the mercy of Haven. You may have a post. Take the bribe. You may have a post, but I don't need your bribe. Yeah, you know, I will do that. I don't see any harm in, you know, sending her somewhere where she can be useful, especially if that's what she wants. And yeah, as much as I kind of need the bribe, I'd rather not take it in this case. You know, in the past I've taken gifts, but not helped in return. I'd much rather help someone who actually needs help without getting paid for it. I hope that makes sense. So, yeah, don't need your bribe. There we go. You read and then sign the paper. Philome is now eligible to work in Haven's forts. Thank you so much, Prince. I will always be loyal to Haven. She takes the pouch. I was, you know, part of me was hoping that maybe she would still give it to me, you know, urge me to take it anyway. And the game would still, you know, note that I was willing to turn it down. Well, it's fine. So, yeah, hopefully that's somehow counting in my favor. Somewhere. Rasas and Rokaj rule. The Rokaj is not ruled by one single leader. Such an organized system is too simple and predictable for such a wild and fractious land. I feel like we've read this before as well. Maybe we're just starting to see repeats in books now. I also think, on a slightly related note, that there might have been a book in Ato's place back in Azam that I saw but never read. I'm gonna return there and take another look at some point. I guess we're gonna have to eventually return to Azam to turn in some quest. So hopefully I'll remember then. Anyway, French's land. Instead, each of the 4 provinces of the Rokaj is ruled by a Rasa, local kings. Yes. Yeah, we definitely read this before. Yes. When a Rasa dies, which happens a lot. Right. Okay. Some soldiers. Some beds we could use if we felt so inclined. Some, unfortunately, empty chests. Okay. Well, we did get, well, 2 quests from here, which is good, and there's still the city of Atze, which we've not been to. But of course, I'm not really planning to stay in the northern Dhaga for the time being. We only really fled here because we had to. I guess I'm gonna, well, return to Malachite Keep to see how things are here. To hopefully confirm, yeah, okay, so the siege has been broken. But also just to further confirm, yeah, those enemies are back, as expected. Alright, fair enough. I mean, it would not have made any sense for the entire exterior map to reset, right, after we've already dealt with them. And especially talk to the actual soldiers here, who are technically no longer trapped, I guess. So, I mean, if nothing else, I guess my headcanon can be that they can now at least freely receive much-needed resources and reinforcements, right? And they are going to be allowed to rest for however long it takes me to actually build up the strength necessary to retake the tower. So, I guess, you know, that's how I can justify role-playing-wise how I'm not immediately trying to, you know, resolve that situation, which we just physically can't right now. I guess I'm just looking around here a little bit now. Can we squeeze through here? No? Interesting. Oh, I guess, yeah, this connects here, huh? Or maybe even... Wait, no. That wouldn't have made sense if we could have sneaked around here. You find a mound of crates. The raiders looted them from a passing caravan. Most of the valuable stuff was taken away, but you do find a bar of grayish metal. Okay, deep metal +1. And no ambush. Surprisingly, I spoke too soon. That's quite the ambush, my god. Okay. Cabor Hurler. Not what I like to see. And a Brawler. Oh boy, level 8. Interesting. Level 8 as in... the same level as that other ambush. the kind of unavoidable ambush on the way to Malachite Keep. And the surprising part, of course, being that these are even higher level than the enemies inside the actual, you know, Malachite Keep fortress. How that makes sense, I'm not sure, but, well, it's what it is. Gonna try to deal with these, I suppose. I guess we're gonna wait here. I mean, the hurler is definitely gonna keep attacking us, but at least the others aren't capable of ranged attacks, I guess. We are, though. 43 damage and bleeding. Not bad. Crit for 10, okay. Thankfully, they kind of have trouble navigating just because they're so big. That gives us a bit of extra time to, well, deal with these enemies as they're approaching us. Can we maybe... wait. She can take 2 more steps. It's a little bit risky, but that does allow me to poison both of these. There we go. Guess I'm gonna heal early here. Oh, he can heal again. Or do something again. I think I'm not going to. Yeah, I mean, they're approaching somewhat slowly, or they were. Now they're kind of upon us here, almost. And we're definitely not killing these fast, that's for sure. You can poison these, or... I mean, getting some damage going on these seems like a good idea. But then again, I think it's more valuable to just reduce the overall number. Okay, she got stunned. She might snap out of it, maybe, but we'll see if she's maybe gonna be able to act anyway. 1, 2. Okay, you can switch places with a stunned party member. That's good to know. Attack and a cleave. Nice, nice. Knock back. Not a huge deal. You can actually walk over there. No one needs healing super urgently. 2 stacks of poison, 2 stacks of bleeding. That should be enough, right? I can never quite tell. I'm gonna hope that it's enough to take him out. Critical for 32, not bad. Decent. Yeah, keep working on this brawler. Nice. Okay, so it's 12 damage from... Was that 12 from bleeding? 6 per stack at this point? And 4 from poison? I guess so. Okay, you're still pretty healthy. But you're also still taking poison damage. I think I'm gonna... try to take this guy out with range attacks. Mostly from you. Critical for 18. I mean, even though they're 2 levels above us. Oh, what was that? That was weird. Okay, enemy AI being its quirky self again. Working in my favor here, pretty much. I mean, she took a pretty heavy hit. She's down to 28. Probably should have played it safe and healed her. I even might have gotten a chance to attack afterwards, but, well, it worked out for now. You're still not dead and no longer poisoned, so some kind of attack will have to connect there. I feel like I started talking about something or started saying something and then got distracted again, but it's fine. That was a really good hit. Holy crap. 80 damage. I did actually put a second point. Yeah, I never did mention that. I took 1 point out of Blinding Blow, which, you know, I just never use, and I put a second point into Brutal Blow, so that now has an extra 25% damage increase, so that's a really hard-hitting single-target attack, and it also deals more damage from bleeding, apparently. And more bleeding. I mean, I don't know what more bleeding means in this context, if it's literally increased bleed damage or maybe a chance to apply more than one stack, which would be nice. Yeah, I figured, I'd differentiate my characters just a little bit by, giving Atantuo the harder hitting single target and giving Chip with his, large two-handed weapon the better whirlwind attack. Seems to make sense. Anyway, you are going to... Would be nice if you could somehow kill both of these guys, although that guy's just gonna die from poison. Nice, 17. A little bit more than necessary to kill. And that guy's poisoned. This guy's gonna die of natural causes soon enough. Okay, that worked. I'm never quite sure with, line of sight, but that worked out in this case. Do a shock spell on that guy. He died as expected. Well, you can actually walk up here, do another very solid brutal blow. You can do one on this guy. Step away. Maybe I should throw out a heal. Is everyone in range? I'm not sure about Chip, honestly. In fact, if I had to guess, he's probably too far away. But, no, he was not too far away. Does it mention? Nearby allies. Does not specify. Well. Okay. Guess I'm gonna try to kill that guy as quickly as possible. We lost our turns here. Nothing too bad. Could have crit there and finished that one off. No such luck though. A crit for 3 damage, yeah. Love to see it. Well, you know what? You can just finish off that guy with a staff attack. Heal her. Played safe in this case. Did not get a free turn. That's fine though. Might as well bull rush this guy. You got stunned again. Alright. Okay. Our final point of energy there. Well, okay, never mind. He stepped away, looked like he was attacking Ray, but then he changed his mind. Fair enough, I guess. Another shock for you, 26. I really need to put an extra point into that. That's just... I don't know, it feels underwhelming, honestly. It feels not a lot better than just attacking with her staff, which is, not great. There you go. I mean, shock is still quite a bit better. Well, it is better, but it's not as much better as I would hope for actually spending one of our precious points of energy, as opposed to, just attacking for free. Anyway, we did that, and I guess we got some extra experience out of that. But not really much else. I'm gonna save. We have looked around here. Yeah, I suppose that is actually all. That is it for the whole, little labyrinth of valleys here, south of Malachite Pass. Okay, we got some more patrolling enemies here, and we're not exactly in great shape. We probably can't fast travel. Never mind, we totally can. Don't mind if I do then. I mean, we haven't really looked around at all, I suppose. Basically walked straight to the fort. We haven't even looked around explored around Azam. I guess it doesn't really matter where we start. But since we never fully explored the area, immediately upon entering the Dhaga, we might as well start with this and then probably head for the quarry right to the north of here. There are multiple watchtowers at the entrance. I think we saw this one on the way in originally. I guess we can talk to them again. I have permission, as you know. Well, let's go again. It seems like an exact repeat of this conversation we had. Not sure why that actually re-triggers, while some other, conversations like that or encounters do not trigger a second time. Certainly doesn't make sense for them to ask about about our permission again. Anyway, there is a large clan of the Low Dhaga camped around this oasis. Being this close to the main road, they are used to visitors. They invite you in for tea and attempt to sell you produce and small handmade trinkets. They are very polite, which is to be expected when being visited by royalty. As time passes, you realize that some of the affection might be genuine. They have heard good things about you. When you depart, they are almost sad. Wow, that's... Okay, I mean, yeah, I've been trying to be nice and building a reputation. But of course, I did not expect to have made that much progress toward the locals actually liking us. Especially the hard-to-impress Dhagans, specifically. So yeah, that came as a surprise, but I'm glad to see that what I've been doing is apparently starting to pay off. Okay, I think I had seen these scorpions patrolling down here on the way to this little cache of goodies, which obviously we want to have. Okay, we get a chance to... I can never quite tell. I'm not gonna be able to walk close enough, right? This is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm just gonna be able to hit the first scorpion here if I walk all the way up here. Too bad. Would have liked to just stun all of them, just to buy us one free turn, basically, while still dealing some damage to them. As it is, I guess I'm gonna just try to target as many as I can with this spell. Surprisingly, they can be poisoned, so that's neat. I'm gonna have you rush forward. Too bad I can't rush forward and still, do a whirlwind at the same time, in the same turn. That would be amazing, of course, but this'll do. Actually, what level are these? These are level 5, okay. So they are actually one level below us right now. You're also gonna rush forward, which probably means that this guy is gonna die from poison. Maybe. I could cure poison, speaking of which. Although it's probably just gonna get reapplied. You can't shoot from... What? You cannot shoot from there, but I'm gonna try this. Okay. We did cure him, did not get a free attack after that. Maybe that's because we moved? I don't know if that will ever work. If you can ever actually, do 3 things in a round, basically. But I'm not sure. Nice one. Nice, nice. Okay, and this should be good. Wait, 3 of them evaded. That's so bad. It's the opposite of good. Okay, you try. Alright. That's much better. And this one's also gonna die from poison. Awesome. So we're just gonna heal you. And that is that. Awesome. What do we get? You find a small supply cache half buried in the sand near the riverbank. It was probably left here by raiders, a big sandy pile of stolen goods. Most of the boxes contain tools and supplies, nothing you don't already have plenty of. In one of the boxes, among some iron bars, you find an ingot of strange silvery metal. Seems worth keeping. More deep metal. I would really... Well, I mean, no, never mind. Those things are good to have, but right now we more desperately need just straight up cash. But oh well. First you think... This clump of warriors is wandering the wastes looking for raiders. They look like soldiers, though it's a bit warm for them to be wearing these helmets. When you get close, they begin screeching incoherently. Then they rip off their helmets, revealing the faces of car wolves they mindlessly charge. Okay. Well, thankfully we're in decent shape. I'm actually gonna just buff, I suppose. Not much reason to hold back on these outdoors encounters when we can basically just retreat to, to safety, just to heal after every encounter or every other encounter. I mean, all it does is waste some time, which, might not actually play much of a role. Oh, that was apparently too far. I guess I hadn't been paying attention. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Just move forward. Blocked all the damage. Awesome. I mean, this is such a difference, right? These are only 2 levels lower than the enemies in the tower, but these don't stand a chance. They can barely even touch us. That's so good. I really hope that once we gain just another level or 2, that encounters into the tower are gonna go similarly. In fact, I probably should have realized that we were just way underleveled. I mean, only underleveled by 1, but that can make a huge difference. A single level in this game, especially a single level below or above, or the difference between being 1 level below versus being 1 level above an enemy, you know, is so huge. That I should have realized that I should have tried to gain more power before dealing with even those enemies outside. And I was able to persevere and eventually, you know, eke out a victory, but, you know, it did come at a cost. If only in time invested, but still. I could have had that much more easily, of course. But, you know, I was being a bit stubborn. And I've definitely learned my lesson about... you know, or when it comes to tackling the rest of that area, though. Anyway, we'll see how much easier it becomes. The cowboys were wearing tattered clothing and armor, looted from battlefields and fallen soldiers. You find some coins. 28, okay. I mean, that's half of what we already had, so that's a nice increase percentage-wise. Okay, we did get some energy back here, so let's see what this is all about. You found a sporting arena. It is a field of gravel with 4 stone pillars in the corners. The Rokash have been playing some sort of game here for a very long time. 2 teams of 4 are here right now. Wait, 2 teams of 4. Uh-oh, we are a team of 4. When you came into view, they were running around and shouting. As soon as they see you, they stop and stare. I guess we just watch them play, except they're not currently playing. You wait for them to start playing again, they do not. They just stare at you. Okay, well, I suppose in that case we're gonna try and talk to them. When you get close, one team walks off, the other waits for you. They are dressed in rough leather tunics. On the ground in front of them you see a crude leather ball made of uncured cowskin. The leader of the other team says, You are Haven. They say your father was one of our kind. Are you of Haven or us? Play the game. Care to teach me... how it's played before we start a match? What's the game even called? Has many names. Is an old game. Today it is just called Pillars. How do I play it? The players laugh. That is not question a row asks. That is Haven question. All row know this game. You want to play? Play. That makes no sense. I mean, technically we have a Dagon with us, so... Or, well, we have 3 Rokash with us, in fact, so... let's pretend that one of them knows about this game, or really all of them should. Sure, let's play. Yes, brave Haven. Come into the field. Come and play. You set aside your weapons and more metallic pieces of armor and join them in the field. They kindly hand you the cowskin ball. It feels like it's full of rocks. Ready? Play the game, I guess? In an instant, the 4 row rush toward you, howling with fury. In a moment, with a long practiced motion, they knock the ball out of your hands. Okay, try to get the ball. As you reach for the ball, the players leap on you and start punching you. You played many sports back in Haven, but you are completely unprepared for this strategy. They knock you to the ground and throw mud in your eyes. Guys, please, help? I mean, it's not 4 against 1 here, right? We're all playing. I would hope so, anyway. You manage to get to your feet and clear your vision. When you're standing, however, you find that the other team is cheering. Whatever happened while you were blinded, you lost. That's a weird game. The players grant you a brief bow. Do I just politely bow back or ask for a rematch? You know what? Let's play again. I feel like I've understand the rules now. You know. This earns a laugh from the other players. No, enough pillars. It is a game to be played fiercely, but not often. They smile once more and walk off into the wilds. Okay, surely that has earned me something. Something like respect, perhaps. Or maybe they're just making fun of me. Hard to tell with these people. What is this? You find the hall of a large Dhagan clan. They have laid claim to a small oasis, and they make their livings off a quarry and a small patch of farmable land. When you come close, they launch into a well-practiced drill. The women working in the fields are rushed indoors. Men and 2 boys run outside with bows and line up behind a low stone fence. Wow. They're ready to fight before you even get close. You decide to turn back and leave them alone. Wow. I was not expecting that. I thought we were still being pretty close to the main road here, and that, they would be friendly like the people further south, but I guess not. Maybe once we actually deal with the raider problems. Speaking of which, these look like... Actually, what do they look like? I was gonna say cowwolves, but maybe they're actually supposed to be people. Kinda hard to tell with these tiny sprites. There is a cave at the end of this valley. Refuse and old gnawed bones litter the ground outside. This cave has provided a lair for wandering beasts for centuries. A tempting trap where they can be found by roguish hunters. 3 young Dhagan warriors are hiding behind a boulder outside, staring at the cave. They are pretty green. For example, they have no idea that you are here. Okay. Hi. They jump out of their skins when you speak. They gather their weapons and regain their composure, giving you time to see how inexperienced they are. They don't have any idea who you are. They just see the impressive arms and armor. Well, I suppose we have decent gear at this point. The boldest of the 3 says, We are hunting glory, yes? Want to join in it? Good prey in the cave. Hunting glory? You not row? Row warriors hunt. We face danger. It's hunting glory. Proving we can be proper defenders for the clan. A younger warrior shouts unwisely, And raiders! I guess, good for them that we don't get a choice to react to that specifically. Doesn't getting help reduce the glory? They look entirely confused. Apparently in the row, this is not part of the calculation. You'd think it would be, but, What's in the cave? They look at each other in a way that is almost cunning. Oh, just scorpions. Sure, I could use some more glory. The eager young men don't give you time to change your mind. They run out into the open and start shouting, drawing their prey out of the cave. They did not lie. What emerges are scorpions, perhaps a bit larger than you expected. I feel like they're exactly as large as I expected. Yeah, sure are. Wait. Oh, we're fighting with them. I thought they would... Okay, well, that makes it even easier. Especially considering these are also only level 5. Very nice. I thought that we already fought some enemies in the southern part of the Dhaga, and they were at least our level, if not also higher. Huh. Well, never mind. These enemies outside are only level 5 apparently, pretty consistently, and that's obviously good for us. Okay. Do they actually have a lot of... No, they don't have a lot of physical armor, so I'm actually surprised by how little damage I just dealt with that, but that's okay, I guess. Nice, we can get all 3 of these. Alright. I suppose I could buff. I mean, there's a lot of us around, but so it would be pretty efficient. But do we actually need the buff in this case? Well, we might need to rest anyway. So, what the heck, might as well make this go even faster. 33, not bad. Okay, bloodletting. I see. Okay. I don't suppose it matters whether we get the kill or they do. Well, we did just get experience for that guy's kill, so I guess that confirms that. Or confirms that it does not, in fact, matter. So that's even better, of course. Not that it would matter, just in terms of the experience, because obviously experience from combat is not really much of a factor in this game. Oh, what's going on outside? Not sure if you can hear that, but I don't know. Nice. Yeah, that was nice and easy. I guess I'm gonna... Yeah, I mean, no one really needs healing here. In fact, this guy has taken by far the most beating. Actually, both of these have taken some damage. Wait, this one too? Wow, okay, never mind. I guess we just got lucky in that the these road took most of the hits from this combat. So yeah, I'm even gonna take the time to heal here. The scorpions have been slain. The warriors bandage up their wounds, of which they have plenty, take some trophies and head home. They are thrilled beyond words. The massive stingers they carry will buy them a lot of status. They wisely leave you the cave to search for loot. In the trash inside you find a handful of coins and a bar of unusual metal. 40 coins and no unusual metal, actually? Or at least it wasn't mentioned. No. Okay, well, fair enough. Get some more cow wolves and some cow wolves and scorpions combined. I mean, we're still in decent shape. And these enemies have been pretty easy so far. So I guess we're just gonna do some of these random encounters. In fact, the quarry should be right up here, so we have to fight our way there anyway. There's a sandy pathway through the rocky wastes leading west toward a large quarry. The approach is guarded. You can see packs of cow wolves lurching around looking for prey. They are guarding the approach to the valley to the northwest, but they are not organized creatures. They patrol at random, and they haven't seen you. Yeah, I guess I could try and sneak past, but you know. A band of cow wolves has spotted you. They shout an alarm. One of them runs off to the northwest, intending to warn the quarry that you're coming. Their defenses will be better now. Wait, what? That's kind of lame. Really? I mean, you should still be fine, but I mean, we're not really gaining anything, I guess. Unless this also made more treasure appear somehow. That would be neat. But I have doubts. Well, either way, I guess I'd rather deal with the enemies out on the world map rather than just sneak around them. Although I mean, I suppose... I'm not sure now, but, well, I guess what's done is done. I'm just gonna roll with it now. Can we get more than 4 of them? In theory, perhaps, if we could take an extra step, but we can't, so just gonna go with this. Okay. Also level 5. I guess we're gonna see if the enemies inside the actual quarry are also gonna be level 5. Nice crit and stun. Actually, we're both stunned with those attacks. You can help him with this guy. Just take him out quickly. And even though we are running low, it's just too tempting. You can do that, awesome. 3 enemies in 1 attack, always satisfying. Nice one. Critical for 56, okay. Even with the brutal blow only at rank 1. Critical for 9, come on. Don't be like that. Nice. Super easy. Wait. Okay. I guess the animation had to finish playing before we were allowed to exit combat. Okay, there are even more of these patrolling around. Can we engage you? Okay, so for every single one of these patrols that you get spotted by, air quotes, that I intentionally run into, I'm making life harder for myself. I mean, I suppose there isn't really anything to be gained by defeating these. And maybe they are even gonna disappear after I clear out the quarry. So really, I mean, if the game wants me to be stealthy around these, I guess I should try to do that. Even though it goes against my instincts to leave these enemies just patrolling around. Now, of course, we have already triggered the first one. Hold on a sec. Okay, so I just happened to have an autosave from not too long ago, and I basically had to redo this scorpion encounter. But Yeah. Now all these patrols are still around, and I'm just gonna try to not trigger them. Because apparently that's what the game wants me to do. Okay. We also, well, we've just reached the 1 hour mark. Just about. Yeah, I suppose what I could do is actually, even though I'm planning to rest before we actually tackle this quarry, of course, but I could try to make my way there, discover it officially so we can fast travel there in the future. Actually, how are we supposed to avoid these? Like this, I guess? Okay, that worked somehow. I'll take it. Corfix Quarry. I guess I did want to return to Azam to do some reading. Also, I wanted to check something out. I mean, we are really low on money, but we did make some. And there was something here that I wanted to buy at some point. This is not the right person. Was it you? Yes. I'd like to shop. Buying. Wait, that's not it. Uh-oh. Someone was selling... I guess it must have been the other person around here that sold something. And his full steel augments... augment is just so expensive. But I guess eventually... I didn't look at... when I checked out my own... You know, my own alchemist's assortment of runes and augments, if that will actually become available eventually, and if it's the same price. But if it's not, if something that good is not available, then I guess we can always return here and get that. But I did see something that I was interested in checking out. Buying, yeah, the Bleeder rune. Ah, that's so expensive. We cannot afford that, unfortunately. The thing is, we do have... No, we don't actually have. Never mind. We have an extra, an empty slot in our hauberk, but we are going to have an extra slot, an extra weapon slot available at some point. But I guess not actually anytime soon necessarily, because I think we still need to build another smithy, right, to get access to that best kind of sword that we can buy. That will have a third slot. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking about buying this, but I also wasn't sure how expensive it was. And it, well, as it turns out, pretty expensive. So, okay, good to know. I guess I'm still considering getting that, because I'm guessing that that's just going to give me a passive chance to deal bleeding damage, right? Unless bloodletting is one of the abilities here that we can unlock. No, I guess not. Okay, so that's just an effect that can be on weapons or equipment, I guess. Alright. Yeah, and the other thing is this book here that I don't think I ever tried to read, or maybe I did. But again, that's a repeat of something we have seen. But not here, we've read that somewhere else, so yeah, pretty sure that I had not actually tried clicking on that. Okay, good. Can we talk about the siege? I guess not. The chaos on the Low Dhaga. No. You know, why do I even bother? That guy obviously is never going to be helpful. I guess I could do some more exploring before I call this an episode, just to get a little bit more done. I mean, look around this area, for example. Make sure that there is... Well, there are the fire pits, I suppose. So I guess there's probably not going to be another area. But, you know, you never know until you actually check. So, what? Oh, interesting. Oh, that is... Thanks for the report, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, so we're hardly making any profit at this point because we have so many things to maintain. Interesting, even though I clicked here, apparently the pathfinding wanted me to walk north, and that just kept walking me back into the town. Yeah. Fair enough, I suppose. What is this little farm? Hello. There are two clans on these lands. They're close allies, and they make their livings exactly extracting stone bricks from this huge rocky spire. When they see that a Havenite has come, they invite you in for drinks and conversation. Okay. Accept the offer. You enter a long hall in the northern clan's home. Only men come to greet you. You suspect that the women are behind the doors preparing snacks and listening carefully. They trade tales with you of battles in the Rokaj. They know little about the raids that have plagued the hills. Their defenses were strong enough to keep them away. This has been fortunate, as they have found several veins of deep metal. Oh. Try to buy deep metal? I mean, try to. They don't want to sell any. They plan to have it alloyed with steel and enchanted. A powerful and high-status blade for any clan. Okay, I see. So they only found a small amount that they plan to use for themselves. Demand that they... No, I wouldn't. Why would I do that? Ask about the area. You learn that there is a fiery region to the northeast called the Fire Pits. Well, we knew that. An ancient drake lives there. Sometimes he deals with the Dhagans. Other times he just eats them. Well... we'll see what he does to Havenites. Ask where the women are. I mean, I guess I might as well ask. We are outsiders after all, but, well, I guess that's the expected response. Or rather, you know, this is less hostile than it could have been, I guess. Well, let's depart then, with that, on that awkward note. You politely take your leave. They wave at you as you depart. They seem to actually like you, but who can tell with a row? Well, I can. I'm basically a row at this point. I mean, I've always been. In some way. Alright. No one to talk to around here. But surely, yeah. There's a large clan house here not far from the road. Wooden barricades watched by young warriors to keep them safe. When you pass by, some Dhagans run out to greet you. Somehow they heard you were coming. The men invite you in for warm tea and a meal served by a handful of old women. Okay, so old women are okay to be around strangers, I guess. No one would be interested in them. I suppose. They have no useful information or intriguing goods for sale. They're just being courteous. Though you imagine playing host to a Prince of Haven does give some prestige. Well, or make them the target for the other clans. Right, after an appropriate amount of time, you pay your respects and depart. Alright, okay. Feeling like all of these encounters could be potentially going a lot less peacefully if I had been acting in a different way. You inspect this camp at the side of the road. It hasn't been used for at least a few days. The raids have kept travelers from feeling safe camping out on the road. You look for signs that Jackson Scar might have been here. You find nothing. You know, I completely forgot about that guy. As happens with quests that are not marked on my map. Right, so we have to actually look out for tents and other camps, small campsites by the roadside somewhere. Because we have been told that he would just randomly appear near one of them. Don't remember seeing anything else of the sort, though, so we might not actually have missed any opportunities yet. Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna be around this area that we're only now starting to enter. What is this, though? Nothing? Okay. Well, the fire pits should be right here. Yep, sure enough. You enter a region with mild but constant volcanic activity. You navigate carefully among hot springs and bubbling mud pits. There are no signs of human travel. This could be a good hiding place for packs of raiders, but they are wise enough to stay away. Every once in a while you find a neat pile of old human skulls. It's not hard to tell what message these are meant to give. Okay, we got some fiery lizards apparently. Oh, I did not mean to enter quite yet. Just pretend I hadn't. Fire pits have been discovered, though. I guess we're gonna fight some fire lizards. Why not? Level 6, okay. So not all enemies outside are necessarily level 5. Also good to know, or not all are the same level. They can be poisoned, that's good. Again, no need to hold back here, so just buff, and we're unfortunately just ever so slightly out of reach. Surely these fire lizards are technically capable of some sort of breath attack, right? Well, they don't seem to want to use it quite yet, which is fine by me. they can bite. Just not unexpected. I mean, what makes them fire lizards if they can't actually produce any fire? I suppose the fact that they just live in a fiery region and are able to withstand heat. Not that that's... not that there are elemental damage types or anything. But, you know. Maybe she should have tried to shock this one here? No. In the end, it didn't matter. Okay. Easy enemies. So we're gonna actually throw out a heal. Gonna regain 2 energy, it looked like, at least. Very nice. Very easy. Okay. Oh, scorpions. And more scorpions. And scorpion nests all over the place. You find an old abandoned nest. Sure? Are you sure it's abandoned? Because there's definitely a lot of animal activity around it. It used to provide shelter for some of the beasts that roam this barren stretch of the Dhagan Hills. Now it's empty. You look for treasure, but you only find sticks and skull fragments. Oh well. Is it worth checking all of these nests? You look for treasure, but you find nothing but an entire direwolf skeleton, gnawed, sun-bleached, and piled up in the nest. Nice. Okay. I guess now we're dealing with these scorpions here. Not quite as giant as the ones we had to fight for the for our, I don't know, proving our or earning our glory or whatever. Wait here, I guess. Okay, they're coming down on two different lanes here, separated by the cacti. So we're gonna move slightly over. Sand scorpion. I'm sure they're somehow different, but also probably not in any particularly significant way. Oh, you know, we have 3 enemies clumped together, so I guess I can throw a quick spell their way. 6 damage crit. Okay, made vulnerable. Well, that could have been nice. Unfortunately, we got a 50%. We had a 50% dot rate there. Just, you know, not amazing, but oh well. Atantuo might get another attempt at something similar in a moment. Evaded. Wow. There we go. That was much better. Actually hitting every single one of those. Very nice. Take notes, Chip. No cleave. That would have been a nice way to, you know, redeem yourself. No such luck. Okay, we're gonna heal you again. We are not going to cure your poison. Unfortunately, he did get his turn, so he took an extra tick of damage there. But it's fine. Energy is looking quite fine. You give the nest a quick search. You find several fresh scorpion carapaces. Interesting. Also grows. Under one of them, you also find a lovely crystal. Nice. Okay. Flawless crystal +1. Not much to find, alas. Just a handful of old silver coins. I'll take it. Okay. Here we have some plated scorpions. Ooh. We're already poisoned. Well, I think against these, it's worth using some buff. Wow, that was a lot of damage, actually, that we just took. Holy crap. Okay. Thankfully, I saved recently. Drink a potion and wait, I guess. It's not amazing. Kind of hoping for Pat's area debuff removal to kick in, although I'm not entirely sure it works against poison, but we might learn. You should not be stopped by this one, right? Yes. Yes, you were not. I mean, that's a lot a lot of damage over time that's coming in here. So I guess I'm just gonna reduce some of that at least. Oh no, stop doing that. Okay. I mean, it's not okay really, it's kind of bad, but I guess I got a little bit complacent by, you know, after these last couple of encounters that just went way too smoothly, to be honest. There, try to take these out as quickly as possible. Oof. Do some healing. Nice. One down, finally. I guess I have not really been focusing my damage a lot. I don't like that there's another one of those poison-flinging scorpions still around. This one is absolutely dead. Oof. Pat, please don't be dead, though. Yikes. Uh-oh, wait. He can only cast one thing. I mean, she has a healing potion, right? If she gets another turn before she dies, she might be fine. I mean, she's probably not going to be fine. Who am I kidding? I'm going to cure her, though. And I don't know, attack this scorpion, I suppose. Okay. Try to distract them. Oh no, she died. Wow, that was so much damage over time. Crap. I should have known that she was not gonna survive. Yeah. Because obviously you take the damage, any damage over time as soon as your turn starts, before you get a chance to do anything else. Okay, it's fine though. I mean, it's not ideal, but we should still be able to beat this encounter, maybe? I mean, it's honestly... it's not guaranteed. Oh god. It's just a lot of damage. Yep, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Could you stop it? Oh wow. 16. Yeah, 5 sticks of poison. Okay, that's... nope, never mind. That's not gonna work. Did we... wait. Oh, okay, that's the lovely crystal one. Well, I guess here's the rematch immediately. Let's try that again, shall we? Suddenly we're at an hour 17. That's how those things go. I should have buffed, I'm not sure what I was thinking. Yep, and here we go again. The poison is literally killing us. That was a good start, though. Okay. Yikes. Come on, guys. Give me a bit of a break here. There. Well... you can't drink and still deal some damage. I guess that's better than nothing. Okay, evading, that's good. Needless to say. You absolutely need to drink a potion here. You can probably take out this one, like so, yeah. I mean, we could try terrorizing one of them, which I have not been doing in a while. Please work? Okay, good. One less of them just flinging the poison around constantly should definitely help. Get some more damage in on both of these guys. Oh god, 20 damage. That was rough. Gonna heal everyone. Oof, okay. Crit for 3 is... oh wow, what? Hold on. How does that thing crit for 3 damage one turn, and then immediately for 24? How does that make sense? Yikes. I mean, I'm gonna heal again. I suppose you can deal some magical damage to this plated scorpion. And of course it evades. That's so bad. Okay. I'll just keep dealing damage. You should have used a potion. You're gonna use one. Wait, did we have an extra potion? Hold on. No. I thought I had him drink a potion before. Okay. I don't know. I guess I just confused myself again. Probably deal damage to both of them. Yeah. And, well, you're out of spell points, so we just do that. Try again. Nice, good. Oh god. Well, here we go. Evaded, and then a crit for 27. I guess you can bull rush and kill that thing. Oh god, this is gonna be so close. We're probably not gonna win this one. Oh, he blocked all the damage. And then he died because he took his turn. Oh no! Oh god, this is so close. 23, it's gonna die, but are we gonna die from damage over time? We did not, we survived. Holy crap. We literally survived with 2 health. I mean, we should be fine now, but... Damn. Okay, there are the silver coins. There's still more enemies patrolling. At least 2 more groups. Well, 3 more, actually. Holy moly, this is... not a safe area to be in. Not a pleasant place to be in. You find the grim remnants of a recent battle. A caravan was ambushed by raiders here. The ground is scorched. The burned-out wagons were abandoned. The attackers, are long gone. This is the work of the raiders that have plagued the Low Dhaga. It is not surprising that the people here are angry. Okay. Thankfully there is no ambush waiting there for us. That would have been bad. Okay. Actually, we're just gonna run straight for our fortress for some much-needed rest. And we're gonna take a break here. Well, we've made some progress. We've discovered these areas to quickly travel back to. That's nice. And of course we have... picked up quests from Esker Keep. Before that, we've actually explored a decent portion of the southern Low Dhaga. So that's nice. We're definitely gonna have to return to this wilderness here to take out more of those patrolling enemies and check out the remaining nests, which might have some more scraps for us, which we still desperately need. And then, of course, we're gonna discover the Flint Pit Claim. And I mean, I suppose I did say that I wanted to head for Corfex Quarry first, but I guess it really doesn't matter which of these we tackle first. This might be the lowest level one, though. I mean, the enemies outside on the on the west side of the river are definitely considerably lower level than enemies, or well, they are lower level than the enemies on the eastern side of the river. So this might make sense to tackle first. But we'll see. I mean, obviously we're going to discover this one last, and depending on, what state we are in as we do so, as we finally reach it, I guess then I'll decide if I want to just give it a try right away. But, well, for the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.